Getting back into it here, this is number 189, by the way. Today is going to be a band circuit. So if you have a band, actually, let me know if you do not have a band, like a super band or like a big rubber band. Let me not have that, because we can turn all of these into, I'll tell you what, we can turn all of them into using a kettlebell, except for the band walk, the lateral band walk. So if you don't have a band, that's the one where you maybe have to do like a side bridge press or something like that, something for the outside of your hips. But we are going to do 30 on, 15 off. And like I said, everything's going to be done with a band. I'm just throwing it in here. Good. All right, so the first exercise, split squat or rear foot elevated squat, you'll just put the band under your foot, under your front foot, and we're working up and down. So as you hold on to the band with both hands, you basically step on the band with your front foot, and then you're moving up and down, holding on to the band. Thanks. Seated band row, you'll sit down on your butt, put the band around the bottom of your feet and pull in, kind of like sitting up tall on the floor. And then the lateral band walk is you'll step in here, like make sure you leave some room, and you're going to cross the band so it makes the letter X, and then you can walk sideways here like this. All right, so that's the band walk. It's just those 3 exercises for the first round. We're going to do that 4 times through. Second round, deadlift. You can go band under your feet. So you'll step on both parts of the band. You can spread your feet out as wide as you need to. The wider you spread your feet, the harder the deadlift gets. The thing I like about this is that it keeps your hands right next to your shins and doesn't let you get out in front. Yeah, so just a deadlift from here. Should be using your butt and back your legs to do that. Next one's bicep curl. It's just like the only time we do these, so live it up. But just stepping on the band and then curling up like that. Then we finish up with push-ups and side planks. Okay, so nothing revolutionary. It's just this is something you can do. This is like a good travel workout too, because you can just pop a band in your bag and have a good circuit to do. Okay, so we'll finish up our roll here in 30 seconds. And then we'll start our stretch on the ground. So with that rear foot elevated squat too, you can put your foot on the couch or a stair or whatever you got lying around. If you don't have anything like that around, you can always go split squat. Okay. All right, starting off on your back, we're going to push your heels up towards the ceiling. Trying to keep your low back touching the ground. You're going to lower one heel down to tap, and we come back up, and we'll alternate. As you go, we're going to go for about 20 seconds here. You shouldn't feel your low back moving as you drop your heel, so we want that to stay nice and stable. And good. Let's give one knee a hug. Push your other heel onto the ground. And we're going to push that heel down, lifting hips up for a glute bridge or hip press. Let's go for about 10 more seconds. And switch sides. So giving that other knee a hug, pressing your heel down into the floor, lifting up. Relax your head if you can. 10 more seconds. And relax. All right, let's come up to all fours. We're gonna keep your hands on the floor, but sit your butt back towards your heels, right? So we're sitting back here like this. Try to keep your spine nice and long from your tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. One hand comes up behind your head, and then we're gonna open up and try to open your chest up, point your elbow up at the ceiling. So we're gonna try 8 of these. Check in, make sure you're not pulling your head down and forward as you go. Want to keep your spine nice and long. And good, let's go the other way. So other hand behind your head. Try to move your eyes also. So if you're trying to look up at the ceiling, we're going to get that nice rotation from the top down. Good, staying in all fours, we're going to bring one leg forward, up and under for a pigeon stretch. So we should be stretching the outside of your hip here. If you need more of a stretch in your hip, you can turn your shin more perpendicular to your body. The more you bring that foot forward, the more rotation you'll get on your hip and the bigger stretch you'll get. And good, let's switch sides. Bringing that other foot forward. And good. From here, we'll go to a push-up position. And then you're going to push your hips up towards the sky. Drop your heels down to the ground. So we're looking for a hamstring stretch here, a calf stretch, shoulder stretch. Just kind of holding that downward facing dog as a stretch. You kind of march from side to side too. So push one heel down, then the other. And go ahead and walk your hands into your feet. And we'll come up to standing. All right, putting your feet out wide. We're just going to work side to side here, working your way into some lateral squats to get a bit of a warm up and a groin stretch. We'll just work back and forth here for about 20 seconds. Ten more seconds. All right, finally, we're just going to step back into a reverse lunge. So let's alternate those reverse lunges. Feeling nice and strong, balanced on the way down. Five more seconds. And relax. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the circuit. Remember, all you need is a band. If you don't have a band and you need to know how to modify something, I can come up with a non-banded way to do it. Remember, the first 3 exercises are a split squat or rear foot elevated. Rear foot elevated is going to be tougher. You just have one foot on the ground. It's going to kind of depend on what you have around. So the chair that I usually use is now being used for Zoom school. So I'll do the split squat version. but you can elevate your back foot and put it up top, or put it up on something. Okay, so 30 seconds, actually 15 seconds each of split squats or rear foot elevated squats. Remember, your foot's just going to go like step on the band. And then the seated band row for 30 seconds. Sitting on your butt with your legs straight out in front of you. You'll wrap the band around the bottom of your feet and pull from there, row from there. And finishing up with the lateral walk for 30 seconds. Okay, so we're ready to go here. Clock's all set. Let's get started in 10 seconds. So have all your stuff together. 5 seconds. Starting off with a split squat or rear foot elevated squat. Ready? And here we go. We'll be switching halfway through, but especially if you're doing split squats, you can get a lot done in a little bit of time. So a little bit more speed with these. Halfway, switch it up. And rest. So this one we're going to be sitting on the floor. Legs straight out in front. 5 seconds. Get a seated band row. And here we go. Sitting nice and tall, try to keep your chest wide. Think about pulling shoulder blades together as you pull back. Ten seconds. Three, two, one, and rest. Lateral walks are next, just moving sideways in the space that you have. Remember, you're going to step on that band and then give it a twist. And here we go. Halfway there. Three, two, one, and rest. All right, that's round 1 out of 4. So we're going to go back up to the top with the split squat or rear foot elevated squat. 15 seconds each. Ready? And here we go. Remember, if you want more resistance, you can choke up on the band. So instead of holding the end, you can hold it somewhere in the middle. And switch. Three, two, one, and rest. Seated row is next. And here we go. I'll call the halfway point just in case, we can always do a standing dumbbell row here with your chest facing the floor. So if that's the case, you'll probably only be using one hand. Halfway. Two seconds, one, and rest. Lateral walks are next. Two, one, and here we go. Halfway. As you're doing these, try to keep your upper body from waving side to side. So we shouldn't be tipping as you go. And relax. Get halfway done with this first group. Back up to the split squat or rear foot elevated squat. 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway, switch it up. Two, 1, and rest. Seated row. And here we go. Make sure we're pulling shoulder blades down and back as you go. Or think about trying to make your neck as long as you can make it. Sitting up tall to the ceiling. Halfway. Nope. 10 seconds left. Three seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Lateral walks. Ready, and here we go. Try to hold that band up as high as you can so that you can pull up into good posture. And rest. All right, last round. Back up to the split squats. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Remember, we're trying to get your knee all the way to the ground here. If that's in the cards. And switch sides. Front leg is going to be doing most of the work. Try not to rely on your back leg. And rest. Seated row. Okay, here we go. 30 seconds, sitting tall. Three seconds. And rest. Lateral walks. And here we go. Again, making sure you're pulling your upper body into good posture. And imagine that glass of water sitting on your shoulder as you're moving across. Try not to spill the water. So your upper body nice and clean. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, rest. All right, we're going to take a minute in between here. The next round has 4 exercises, but we're only doing them 3 times. So it'll be the same amount of time, just with 4 exercises. So again, we're going to go deadlift, Go ahead and stand on that band. Again, if you need more resistance, instead of holding at the end of the loops, it's kind of surprisingly easy to hold in like closer to the middle. So you can improve or make the deadlift heavier on that. Make sure it's butt and back of your legs doing the work. Bicep curls, you'll just stand on one end of the band. You have the big loop, stand on one end of the band, and curl up. There's really no way to keep it from flipping around on your hands, so apologize for that. Push-ups, and then side plank 15 seconds each side. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started here in 5 seconds. Getting started with the deadlift. So go ahead and stand on your band in 2, 1, and off we go. 3 rounds total. Take pushing those hips back, keep your chest out, keeping your chest up and out as you go. Give yourself that hamstring stretch. And use the spring to help you stand back up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, bicep curls are next. 2, 1, and here we go. "15 seconds left. Try to stay tall here. Bring that band all the way up and all the way down. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Of course, if you don't have a band, you can always use bicep dumbbells for that. Push-ups are next. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Well, the second part's kind of turned into a beach muscle workout. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Staying on the floor for side planks. At 15 seconds, we're just going to roll over to the other side. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. Top foot's going to be on the floor in front of your bottom foot. And roll it over. You could also do this with a straight arm. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Back up to the top for the deadlift. All right, ready? And here we go, 30 seconds of deadlift. Also, the wider you spread your feet, the more challenging it gets because you have less band to stretch. Should be feeling the fatigue in your butt and back of your legs here, not your low back. And rest. Curls are next. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So same rule kind of applies here. The wider you step on the band, the more resistance there is. If you do want to just go to 1 foot on the band, that's makes it about as easy as it can get with your band. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, push-ups are next. We're already halfway done with this group. All right, and here we go. Push-ups for 30 seconds. Spreading those fingers nice and wide. Halfway there. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Staying on the ground for side planks. In 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And switch sides. Just rolling right over, keeping that tension on. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, last time back up to the top. Last set of deadlifts here. And here we go. Obviously, if all you have is our dumbbells or a dumbbell, you can do the same movement. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Curls, here we go. Depending on the resistance of your band, this may be something that you're doing, I don't know, 8 reps of, or if it's a lighter band, you might get 25 or 30 in. Just depends on what you got. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. Last set of push-ups. In 2, 1, here we go. Finish strong with push-ups. Then we got the side planks. Remember, your elbows should be pointing back in some way, not straight back, but just not straight out to the sides as you bend them. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Side planks are last. In 3 seconds, 2, 1, and side plank. Here we go. I'll call the halfway. Halfway. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left in our day. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Well, that was quick and almost all painless. So I will recommend one stretch here just to wrap up the day. Carol, I know you usually got to go, so see you if you got to go. But We're just going to do a real simple lay down on your back. Just a real simple floor angel to open up after the push-ups, so that instead of going on with your day, starting off being like tight in your chest, we're going to open it back up again, keeping your low back on the floor. Just using this as kind of a cool down stretch. But we also want to open everything up again so you're not all pulled forward from the push-ups. You can even actively push the back of your hands and your forearms down into the floor here. So if you open up like you're going to give the ceiling a hug, you'll adjust your low back so that you have a little bit of contact with your low back right around your waistband. And you're going to push the back of your hands down into the floor. You should feel your shoulder blades working here, the muscles across your back. And then move up a little bit more to the letter Y and push again. So you're actively pushing down. You should feel now the muscles between your shoulder blades starting to light up a little bit. And finally, we'll move it up close to the letter I and pushing down into the floor, actively pressing the back of your hands down into the floor. And good. So when you're ready, you should be able to sit up. Now that the muscles in your front are stretched, the muscles in your back are working and sort of turned on, so you should be back to better posture versus being rolled forward from the push-ups. All right, so that's all we got for today. Thank you guys for joining me. It's nice to be back here in the morning, and you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll see you. Actually, I'm a tomorrow evening guy, so I'll see you tomorrow evening maybe. Otherwise, I'll see you Friday morning. See you guys. Keep up the good work.